Hi, Yuashen. So I'm just going for my walk, and I wanted to show you the beach today because I have my good shoes on today, and so my feet will not get wet. And I wanted to show you the lovely water and all the lovely things about the beach here, which sometimes you would not think to look for, but they are here everywhere. This beautiful beach is full of beautiful things everywhere. The beautiful water, beautiful, what we say in English, the beautiful trickling water. Trickling means it's moving very slowly like this. So here is the lovely big wide beach. And the beautiful blue sky. It is not normally blue in Hobart. It is normally grey these days. But today it is beautiful and blue. And here are some of the lovely stones, coloured stones, which were once in the mountains, I guess. Maybe they are from the mountains. And the beautiful shells. And the beautiful patterns from the creatures making the beautiful patterns. Here are some more patterns. And here is the trickling water. So beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Today it is not so cold. It is usually very cold here because the wind is so cold. And here is some more of those lovely patterns from the creatures who love to make patterns in the sand. They love to make pictures like we do. And here is where the birds have walked. It's where the birds have walked. And here are some more things on the beach where the birds have been walking, and it looks like grass. And little holes where creatures live. Little holes and little bubbles. Sometimes the water comes up through these holes. These, I think, may be little crabs, what we call crabs. And here is the beautiful grass that is growing everywhere here this time of year. This time of year. Oh, I'm glad I have my good shoes on because it is very wet. It is so wet, but my shoes will keep my feet nice and dry. I hope. I hope. It is so wet. So wet. And here are some nice things to look at. This is all pretty. Pretty patterns on the beach here. So, Ishan, what I wanted to talk to you about today was, I have to show you this. Look, beautiful, beautiful grass and beautiful seaweed. This is what we call seaweed. So weeds are like weeds in the garden that grow in the garden, only these weeds are growing in the sea, so we call them seaweeds. Seaweeds. And what I wanted to ask you today was maybe you can tell me just a little bit about your pyramid. I think you said your pyramid is growing, it's getting stronger and is growing bigger. If you can tell me maybe just a little bit more about that, that would help me a lot. Because my pyramid is growing too. And also I am noticing lots of things about pyramids. And I have to show you this, Yushan. So beautiful. So beautiful. I don't know if you can see through the camera how beautiful this is. But we have all these beautiful patterns and colors. It really is amazing, amazing colors and light. It's very shiny. The water and the light is very shiny, and here we have all these what we call pine cones. Pine cones from the pine trees. And this, it's very wet. I hope my feet don't get wet. This is so beautiful. The colours of the grass. And the beach is going very far out today. Very, very far out to the water. And here is where my feet have been treading, and these shoes I'm wearing, I have not worn these shoes for probably 10 years. 10 years, and I was trying to find them and I couldn't find them, but these help me keep my feet dry, because my other shoes just make my feet very wet. Here's a little footprint from a child. Yeah. These are all child's footprints, so we could follow the children's footprints and find the children, which would be a bit strange. Now here, it's a little bit strange through here. This is sometimes where the birds love to come and drink. But it is a bit dirty today. It looks very muddy. Yeah, so not so pretty, but still very nice. Here is a nice bit because of the beautiful pattern, the beautiful patterns in the mud. I don't know if you can see through the camera. Beautiful patterns. Oh, so beautiful. It's just muddy, but it's so beautiful. So very, very beautiful. Nature is so beautiful. I hope you don't mind too much the mud. The brown mud is sometimes not nice for some people to look at. And here this little river goes into the other river. So here we are, the river goes into the other river. So you have two rivers, like two streams of chi flowing, and here are the ducks. Yeah, anyway. And I'm just going to touch this. Oh, Yushan, the sand is so warm. I never would believe how warm the sand is. Do you know why I touched the sand? Because the air is cold. It's really quite cold. But then I thought, well, where is that heat coming from? I thought, where is that heat coming from? And it feels like it's coming from the earth. So I put my hand down and it's the sand. It's warm. It's so warm. Yushan, it's so warm. Now, I would love you, only if you can, to tell me just some small things about your pyramid and maybe your dragon, or just anything about some stories about your inner children. This would be very good for me, because what is happening for me now is is use. And I want to tell you, I want to talk to you about some very difficult things. But if you can understand some of these things, I would love to tell you, because if I don't talk about them, what I do is I make videos and I never send them to anybody. And it's good that I make the videos, but everything stays stuck inside me. Everything stays stuck, and then my inner world gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it gets quite scary because my inner world gets too big, and my inner world is fighting to get out. Is fighting to get out into the outer world, and it gets very uncomfortable. And I can feel the outer world. The outer world sometimes gets a bit bigger because it is frustrated, it is angry with me because I am not talking. I'm not saying how I feel, and so I am like this with my friends. Oh, so beautiful. And they can tell I am not happy and that I am just trying to be nice, but really I am upset. So they get more emotional. Their inner world gets bigger and wants to tell me how they feel, which is, Nigel, for goodness sake, will you just tell me what is going on and stop behaving so strangely. Stop behaving so strangely. So, so I have some things to talk about, and if I don't talk about these things, I will just keep them in, and I will get sick. I will get psychotic with psychosis. I will feel I am going crazy. And this will not be nice for you too, because you will not understand me. So I will try to start to tell you about my pyramids, and later I may tell you about my dragons. But my dragons are so frightening. But the pyramids are difficult to explain. So what I'm finding with my pyramids is we did some exercises, you and I, you Shen. So what you can do with triangles in the body is, if I open up the earth with my feet, I can make many different triangles in my body. So if I open the earth with my feet and I drop this shoulder and allow this shoulder to lift, and I press my spine back, I can feel a triangle between my feet and this shoulder. And when I press my spine back and breathe in, that triangle is trying to get bigger. Now, I can do the same thing with this shoulder. So I can drop this shoulder and open the ground with my feet, and I can feel a triangle between my feet and this shoulder. And if I want that triangle to be more strong, I press my spine back and I breathe into my upper chest center. And I feel a nice triangle between those 3 points, feet and shoulder. I can make that triangle go anywhere I want to in my head. So if I open up the floor and think of a point in my head, I can make that triangle point into my head, and if I press my spine back and breathe in, that triangle gets more powerful. And we can make triangles into our hips. So opening the floor with my feet, I make a triangle into this hip. I can do the same thing with this hip, just by opening up the floor. And now I can make a triangle between this hip and my 2 shoulders. And pressing my spine back and breathing in, I feel 2 triangles between my feet and my hip, and from my hip to my shoulders. I could make that triangle go from my hip to my head to this shoulder, like this. So opening up the floor into my hip, and then from my hip to my head and my shoulder, and pressing my spine back and breathing in. So you see, we can direct our attention to triangles that are everywhere, So let's go here. So just as these triangles are everywhere, Shen, our pyramids are everywhere as well. We can feel pyramids everywhere in our bodies. And some of our pyramids go down, and some of our pyramids, just like the triangles, can open upwards. so beautiful here today. You see. And when I am out of the wind, Yushan, it's very warm. It's so warm. And then I go into the wind and it is not so warm. Now, another thing about our triangles and our pyramids, which you understand. You remember the day you said you could feel your pyramid dropping. This is just the best thing I have ever heard. I'm so excited. And I would love you to draw this for me if you can. Or just show me in a video what you mean with your hands. Where does the top of the pyramid start? And where does the bottom of the pyramid go to? I'd love to know this. This is so important to me. Where does the bottom of the pyramid go to? Now, when I run, it's very nice because I just think of the space in front of me, very big, and the space behind me, and all my joints just open up. Now, with the pyramids exist because when we have a wave, a stream, passing into a ball where the stream makes contact with the ball, there is always a pyramid that is made here. This is very important to know. Doggies. This is where the doggies, where you can walk your doggy on the beach. Two doggies and their balls. This is where you can put your ball if you find a ball. This is where the doggies have their water. And here is the doggy coming up now. When our spirit flows down through the earth, there is always a pyramid that we make. Our spirit spreads out and makes a pyramid on top of the earth. Now, I think this is why I am asking you this question. What can happen with this pyramid is the pyramid goes down into the earth. And I think my question is, do you know how far your pyramid goes down into the earth? Does it stop? Does it stop with the earth, or does it go further out? What we say in English, beyond the earth. So does it go out further than the earth? So this is a very, very important question for me, because this is what is happening to me, but there are many other things happening as well with my pyramid. Now, if we think of the earth as a good ball, it makes us feel good and strong and grounded and relaxed, and we have a good flow of energy through the earth and from the earth. It is very nice for us. But we can do the same thing with a ball that does not feel so good. So we can think of any problem that we have as a ball or a very small, very, very, very small little, smaller than this, even smaller than this. And sometimes it feels so small, it feels like a pin pricking into us. It is so small and sharp and painful. So what we can do with problems that are big problems, like a big ball, there are many things we can do with that. We can notice where we feel that problem in our body, and we can think of a hand underneath this problem in our body. Then the problem can just relax and we feel better. That is one thing we can do. Another thing we can do is notice where the problem is and just lean into it. Now, one good thing about a problem that is hard to fix is that it is very stable. So its energy is like a rock, and we like rocks. Rocks are so good. So we can lean into our problems and enjoy the energy that comes from them. We can lean into them and then we relax, and sometimes the problem will relax as well. And then the problem slowly stops being a problem. And where there was a big block, there is no block now. All there is free energy flowing through. So the problem now becomes a gift, something that is given to us that is of value to us. So the problem becomes something of value. It becomes a wave that we can use because it is freely available energy and life to us, and understanding and awareness and knowledge that we didn't have before. So this is good. Now, there are many other things that can be done with this kind of approach. But we can bring ourselves on top of the ball, on top of the rock, on top of the problem. Once we feel it, where it is in our body, we can climb on top. And now, because normally we don't do this, maybe you do this, maybe you have done this your whole life, but I have never done this before. Maybe you are already doing this and are very good with this. Maybe this is what helps you stay strong when I am struggling. So if we get on top of our problem and open up our pyramid, if we can balance on that ball, again, the ball starts to give us energy. Now, when I do this, the feeling is really quite a lot different to leaning into the ball or putting a hand, or what we call a panel underneath the problem. These are very good ways to soften the problem and help the problem find out where to go, how to feel better. These are very good ways, but if I come on top of the problem, the feeling is very, very different for me. And this may not be the same for you, but I would like to know if you're understanding what I'm talking about. I'd really like to know how this might affect you. Ah, the wind has gone away and it's very warm now. It's really, really warm. Now, yes. Now, when I get on top of this ball, this problem, I cannot feel the problem. I cannot feel what it is saying to me, which I can feel if I put my hand underneath it or if I put a panel under it or I lean into it. When I get on top, it stops talking to me and I cannot feel it. But what I do feel is its energy. So I feel its energy, but I don't feel its emotion. I cannot feel its emotion. And this is very interesting to me. And I wonder if it is the same for other people or not. Oh, it's so hot. So, Yushen, when you are inside your house, I wonder if you are able to I wonder if you are able to get some sun on your skin, because my skin has been really missing vitamin D and my skin has been getting very bad, and now it's not completely better, but it is better than it was before. I haven't been up here for a long time to this spot, and I haven't seen the trees coming out in their flowers, because most of the trees have had their flowers a long time ago in the spring, and now it is summer. But these flowers are just coming out now. The tree flowers. And here are some bees. You can't hear the bees because my microphone is not with them. Lots of bees up here. And I can hear them very loud. So beautiful. Nature is so beautiful, as we know. And vitamin D is also very good for them, as we know. And they say it is not so good when you have a window. The sun cannot get through the glass. You can open the window, or if you have what we call in English a balcony, you can go outside into the sun. This will give you the vitamin D, or you can take tablets, or you can take fish oil anyway. So very important also for our health and stopping this vitamin D is very, very important. Oh, so beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. Does this work? Here are some lovely birds who are very close. They're being friendly today. Oh, sweet little darling birds. They're so white and clean and sweet, and they're being very quiet today. I don't know why they're being quiet.